Welcome back to Empty the Pin. On this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Toronto Blue Jays. The Rays happen to be on a 11-game winning streak.
Just everything's kind of going their way. Yeah, they've won 11 straight. The Blue Jays have lost 6. They're in the same division. They're still only half a game ahead in the standings. Winning 11 straight, and they're still only half a game ahead of Boston. So they're still in a tough division, and obviously you still got the Yankees there. And the Blue Jays are still only 5.5 games back. So that's anybody's ball game besides the Orioles.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that these 6 losses for Toronto all happen to come against divisional opponents. 2 to Boston and then a 4-game sweep to the Rays. As it stands right now, Tampa Bay holds a half-game lead over Boston, who has the night off. They're in sole possession of first in the American League right now.
Tampa Bay wins 14-8. Let's take a look at maybe some of the highlights here of the game. That's a pretty devastating game for the Blue Jays. When you think about that, so there were 6 home runs in the game. 5 of them were from the Blue Jays. How often do you see a team have 5 home runs in a game and you get beat by, 6 runs?
Yeah, what a way to wrap up a 4-game series.
A lot of late game issues with Toronto. Just yesterday, how they walked in 4 guys straight to lose the game. And then now, in the 11th inning, you give up 7 runs in the 11th when, it's just crazy. Taking a look here at the pitching, I guess, for Tampa Bay, Yarbrough goes out there and pitches for 6 innings. He does give up 3 hits, 3 earned runs, strikes out 4. So he gave up 3 home runs himself. McHugh comes in for, 1 2/3, gives up 3 hits, 1 earned run, strikes out 3. Thompson pitches a third of an inning, gives up just a couple hits. He does give up an earned run, which is the home run. And then Springs comes in there, which he ends up getting the win, actually. He is 4-1 on the season. He pitches 2 innings and gives up 2 hits, 2 runs, strikes out 3, gives up a home run as well. So, but yeah, 5 total home runs for the Blue Jays off of the pitching from the Rays.
Guerrero doing it again.
Looking at their lineup here, Rosarina in the leadoff spot. He's 2 for 5, 3 runs, a walk, strikes out once. Good game from him. Meadows 1 for 6, 2 RBIs. Yeah, Meadows with that double in the 10th. With the RBI double. So we're tied 5-5, top of the 10th. Lowe is in the 3rd spot. He's 1 for 4, walks twice, strikes out twice. Margot's 2 for 6, 3 RBIs. Obviously having a pretty big game. Margot with a single to right. Rosarina scores. 7-5. Walls is 0 for 4 with an RBI, walks twice, 3 strikeouts. Wendell is in the 7th spot, and he's 3 for 4, 4 RBIs, hitting that grand slam in the 1st.
And no doubter right there.
Wendell with a grand slam. So just like that, 5-0, Tampa Bay. You've already won 10 in a row, and you're just keeping that momentum going, I guess.
Amazing.
Zunino is 0 for 4. He struck out 3 times himself. Kiermaier was 0 for 5. He struck out twice. So a lot of strikeouts from some of these guys, but
extra base hits for Tampa Bay. 5 doubles, a triple, a home run. It's more of the same. 7 runs here in the 11th inning.
Yeah.
Just making sure to really put a stamp on things. And Tampa Bay determined to keep this streak going.
But it was just, I guess, getting fortunate in every spot. I don't know how the Rays are doing it.
Was that strike? No, that was a ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, he
Post-pitch.
thought they struck him out. Said the last game they walked 4 guys in, and then late in the game to lose it. And this game in the 11th, he gave up 7 runs. He still couldn't capitalize.
And all of this was following the 3 previous games where it was just a 2-run victories in all 3 of them. And then, to have this happen on top of that at home.
But yeah, good game all around from Tampa Bay. 14 runs and 11 hits, no errors.
But as usual, Tampa Bay just making the plays. The Blue Jays pitching, they elected to go with Thornton as an opener, which obviously backfired miserably. I mean, he goes 1 inning. Thornton giving up 2 hits and 2 walks, striking out 2, but I mean that grand slam following an inning that he thought was in the books. But I mean, yeah, so they throw Thornton out there to start the game, knowing they're probably going to get an inning out of him. I don't know really what the thought process was. And that non-strike call just making all the difference. They thought they had the inning over, and then it ends up leading to 5-run swing. I mean, Stripling came in and did exactly what you wanted. If only he had been out there at the start of the game, maybe this would have went a lot differently. But I mean, I can understand the Blue Jays just wanting to try anything to try to win a game in this series.
Like I was saying, if that one pitch was called a strike, which it was close, I understand the ball because it's right there, borderline. But if that was called a strike, that inning's over, and those 5 runs are off the board.
Stripling had entered this game 0-3 on the season with the 5.63 ERA. In the outing before this one, he went 3 2/3 inning, gave up 6 runs to the Red Sox. Stripling with by far his best effort this season. I mean, going 7 innings in this one, giving up 2 hits, 2 walks, striking out 7. And yeah, if it wasn't for that first inning that went terribly wrong, you would imagine that Toronto could have cruised to a pretty easy victory here. Romano comes in, inning of relief, strikes out 3 batters, so easy work for him. Castro comes in, and that was kind of the beginning of the end. The first earned run, giving up a couple hits and striking out a couple, but Payamps comes in, gives up 3 earned runs.
This is where it all falls apart.
Meza comes in and gives up 3 earned runs of his own. Taking a look at the Blue Jays lineup, Simeon goes 1 for 5 with a couple RBIs, had that 2-run home run in the 10th inning. Simeon sending 1 out. 2-run shot to tie the game.
2-run shot, ties it up 7-7.
Bichette goes 1 for 5 in this one. And Guerrero not to be outdone. Lifted it. Guerrero 2 for 5 with those 2 home runs.
And Hernandez with the homer.
Hernandez going 2 for 5 as well with the home run. Grichuk 1 for 5 in this one. Gurriel went 3 for 5 in this one with that home run. Overall, Toronto left 5 runners on base, and they just can't seem to catch a break in this series whatsoever. And that'll conclude our coverage of the Tampa Bay Rays winning their 11th straight. And the Toronto Blue Jays, who are headed in the opposite direction. Toronto's going to be looking to turn things around as they head for a 3-game series against the Yankees in New York. They'll send Matz to the mound in the first matchup, going up against Kluber, who's coming off that no-hitter.
Yeah, Tampa Bay will be playing Kansas City in Tampa Bay. 3-game series against them. So as hot as they're running, they're probably pretty happy to be playing a Kansas City team that's definitely shown some vulnerability this season. Tampa Bay riding hot, so they're probably pretty happy to be at home and playing against a team that they think they can maybe capitalize on.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Make sure you tune in again soon. We'll be bringing you Major League Baseball coverage all season long.